It is Charles here, and today I got an exciting deal. An action figure that the price was so nice I had to buy it twice, and you will see why when I unbox the 60th anniversary Action Marine Sniper from the G.I. Joe Classified series. I want to start off by saying that if you are a collector, a new collector, or like me, a collector on a tight budget, you want to do two things. Wait, because if it's something that's mass produced and it's a little bit more expensive right now, the price will drop. And it will fit into a price range that you'll be able to afford. So that big $40 to even $50 action figure right now, if you give it half a year, check back with Walmart.com, check back with Amazon.com, you will see that same figure for anywhere from $10 to $20. A lot of the high price tags are more about getting it quick as opposed to just getting it. And this is a great example, an action figure that is at the $30 to $40 range that I actually got for $16. You see a lot of accessories, highly detailed and articulated. A very good looking action figure with a lot of novel accessories that I have yet to see in the G.I. Joe Classified line. So that being said, let's get into this action figure. I do all my unboxings the same way. I use a 3A criteria for judging. The first A is appearance. The second A is articulation. And the third A is accessories, which I am predicting is going to be an A plus on this particular action figure. So before we get it out of the box, let's take a look at the packaging. We have an extra large window here, so you can see everything that comes with it. And one thing that you'll notice is that this character does not have a name. I think this is to harken back to the time where G.I. Joe was just G.I. Joe. You didn't have the wide array of characters that we have, but you have two distinct looks for this character. And so if you want to get something for troop building, you can get, if you can find this at a great price, you're going to get a ton of accessories. And like I said, the two distinctly different looks is almost like two different action figures. So let's pull it out of the box here. And also, if you look at the back here, it has a great action shot being posed outdoor there in the ghillie suit. That is an accessory that I'm really looking forward to. So it comes with a stand. Now looking at the action figure itself, it is scaled just like any other G.I. Joe would be. Also, another thing too I like about this figure is that with the Marine Sniper in the series, they actually decided to show some love to the ladies here. So we got a female character here. There are others that I've seen. There is one that is a paratrooper, and I am not familiar with the rest of the G.I. Joes from this particular 60th anniversary special edition line. But this is the one that really stood out to me, and I am happy to get it in my hand. So we got the action figure out here on the stand. And look at all of these accessories. I'll get these taken out here. So I'm taking these out. Be sure in the comments to comment what is your favorite G.I. Joe classified. Do you prefer the modern classified line, or do you prefer the original little 3-inch guys, 3.5-inch scales that we had when I was a youngster? Or we could go back to the very foundation with the big, I think they were 12-inch scale G.I. Joe action figures. We got some, there we go. This may be a record on this channel for accessories. And we're down to the last one. Alright. So now we got it out of the box. Oh, nope, we got 2 more. Alright, so now that we got everything out of the box and the tray, let's take a look at it. Starting with appearance. And I like it. The character, like I said, it doesn't have a name, but there's still, you know, lots of personality with this head sculpt. And we have a second head sculpt as well of a completely different character. I think this hat does come off. Maybe not. See, the issue I'm having right now is with another accessory. Okay, we'll get there when we get to accessories. But I really like the look of it. We got the heather green camouflage. The patch on the side here. Get a close look at the patch. We have kind of a skull and crossbones inside of a crosshair. So that's a cool little detail. We have, yeah, some kind of, I don't know what you call this, a holster of some sort that holds the, that's going to be a kind of holding the backpack. The hands, of course, even the alternate hands are in gun position to put their finger on the trigger for obvious reasons, being the Marine sniper. And we have 2 side holsters, one for a walkie-talkie and the other for a side arm. I really like the texture difference in the clothing, where you can actually see the wrinkles in it. We don't have any visible pins on the joints, so that's nice. And when we get down to the boots, we have a black boot, very futuristic looking black boot with a brown shin guard around it with the straps in the back. So there's been a lot of attention paid to this character, to the layers. I definitely dig the look. I would give the look an A. Very good looking action figure. The articulation, start at the head. Head is on a swivel. Let's see what kind of, because the head is supposed to be detachable. Yeah, so we got the head on a ball joint and swivel. And it has a great range of motion. Let's see. Now, for having multiple swappable heads, they are not easy to put back on. There we go. You heard it click in. But the plus side to that is that they're going to be harder to lose. Okay, and the hat does come off with this accessory. I was worried about that. So what I'm doing right now is I'm actually going to switch, because I do not plan on switching out the heads again. Because like I said, about 2 of them. I'm going to leave one head on this one with the hands that go with it, and leave the other one exactly as it is out of the box. And then you look at this alternate head, it comes with a hat, uh, like a jungle hat with a round brim that goes all the way around, and the red hair coming out of it. And then I figured that the head and the hair actually come off. And I knew that the hat accessory that came with it was for this character because the other head is an African American soldier with dark hair. So that's what this accessory is for. And then next we have a baseball style cap with a ponytail out the back and a headset. A little bit reminiscent of Scarlet, but clearly not Scarlet. So we have two distinct looks there. Now we got the head on the ball joint, great motion there. The shoulders go up and down, round and around. We have a cut between the bicep and the shoulder for horizontal movement, double pin or double jointed pinless elbows. And then the hands are detachable and they go, they don't really have any left to right, up and down movement, maybe a little bit. Let's see here, do they have, actually, okay, so there is slight vertical movement in the hands that is obscured by the sleeve. And then as far as the torso goes, the torso is, okay, I'm having trouble seeing what's going on mid-torso because of this holster type device. But the lower torso is clearly on a swivel. And I'm trying to get some motion out of the mid-torso between the chest and the abdomen. Because usually they either have a rocker there or some type of swivel. But this piece right here is really covering that up. And even if there is articulation under there, okay, so it's on a rocker. But the rocker movement is very hindered by this piece that goes all the way around the torso. But the waist moves nice. You got horizontal movement on the legs. And then from the hip to the thigh to the leg, we have a ball joint. Do we have a cut on the thigh for horizontal left to right movement? Trying to see here. Yes, we do. We have a cut on the thigh. Then we have double jointed pinless knees. Do we have a boot cut? Yes, we do, at the very top of the boot on the calf for horizontal movement. And then we have, of course, back and forth mobility on the feet and side to side. So this articulation is pretty standard. I would give it, it does have its negatives, mainly this piece on the torso that hinders the rocker a little bit. You really have to work that thing moving. But outside of that, it actually has great articulation, and I like the way they did the head here, where you get full range of motion there. So I'm really, really feeling that. So we talked about that. Now let's get to what I feel is probably going to be a big bulk of this review, and that is the accessories. We talked about the heads. We have the one that comes on it, the African American character, short hair bandana, and we got some eye black on there, and then we have the red-headed Caucasian character with two different looks. We have the jungle hat with the red hair sticking out the bottom, or we have the baseball cap with the red ponytail out the back, and the headset. So I really dig those. And then we have hands that correspond with each character. We have the darker complexion hands, and we have the lighter complexion hands that go with them. both gloved. Really, really dig that. And we have the backpack here, which is pretty standard. I've seen, if I haven't seen this piece before, I have at least one or two very, very similar, if not identical to this. Look, kind of reminds me of what the pack that came with Dusty. We do have a peg on the side, which I would imagine holds maybe this piece here, because we have a peg on the front of the sniper rifle case, and then we have one in the back that you can insert in the back, so we can either carry it in the back, which I wouldn't suggest with the ponytail, because that is going to hinder the head movement if we plug it in directly to the back with the ponytail character. So you probably just use the backpack that way. But yeah, and then we could pop it onto the side. Okay, yeah, it really, yeah, it's not staying secure on the side, so I'm not sure what this peg on the side is for yet. So let's move on from that. Next we have the sniper rifle case, and I believe, yes, it does open. And wow, let me get a look at this. So we have a Space 40 sniper rifle. Looks like a Space Force scope, a silencer, and the stand. So this is a very, very practical accessory that also looks great, and you're going to be able to keep all your parts here. And yeah, you go here, I didn't even notice. I thought that this was all going to be, the sniper rifle was all going to be one piece, but the scope moves, the stand moves, is movable. And we have the, okay, it's not a silencer, it's a some kind of muzzle for the sniper rifle here. It plugs into the front. And we have a magazine. Yes, it comes with a little magazine as well on the bottom of the rifle. And I like the sniper rifle. We have the black buttstock and black for the scope, and the green for the rest of the gun. Very cool looking. I am not a gun expert, so I'm not going to be able to give you the blow by blow on these things. But this is a smaller automatic rifle of some kind. And then we have what I believe to be an Uzi? Is that what this is called? Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. We also come with a knife, all heather green, that has a holster. Wait, no. Does it have a holster? I'm not seeing a holster for a knife. Unless, I feel like that may be a missed opportunity. I have seen knife holsters like on Roadblocks. He has one on the chest. I think Spirit Iron Knife has one on the boot. Interesting. So not seeing where I'm going to store that. But we do have a smaller handgun with a silencer, all heather green. And we have a walkie-talkie or communication device of some sort, which does have a holster on the left side. Let's see how good it fits in here. Fits very snug. I like that. Now let's take a look at the handgun. See, do we have to remove the silencer before we put it in the holster? I'm thinking so. Yep. But we do have a holster on the right side for the handgun. Here we go. Oh, and I almost forgot the accessory I was looking forward to the most, the ghillie suit. This is a soft fabric piece, and it's nothing fancier than it has to be. It looks great here. We have the dark green mixed with the lighter green. Um, yeah, let's see if this is going to be easy or hard to get on here, and the utility of it. Okay, yeah, that looks cool. That looks cool. You could see, I could see myself having lots of fun with these in the summertime when I'm out doing my photography. Put this in the grass, and it will definitely blend in. And when you have different posing positions, the legs are a little bit stiff out the box. You can either use some hot water. What I always suggest, my personal way to get the leg joints moving without forcing them, is I use my computer. The air that blows out the side of that works very good. So we have a crouching position. Let's see if we can get a prone position with the sniper rifle. See what that looks like here. And you know, I would definitely take more time to get this thing posed right for a photo, but this is a review, so I'm not going to spend an hour or even 15 minutes trying to get this thing posed to perfection. But what I want to see is this head gonna be able to look up using the gun from a prone sniper position. So let's see here. Here we go. Yeah, the ghillie suit, when we get in that prone position, it is giving me a little hassle. It doesn't quite want to work over the hat accessory. But you can see here we get in that prone position. You can definitely get the head up there, looking straight forward. Let's take a look at it without the ghillie suit. See, without the ghillie suit, we have perfection here. Here we go. So you could definitely, you spend a few more minutes on posing. That is going to be a good look there. And to be fair, on the box, when you see the ghillie suit in use, it is not used in a prone position. It is used in a crouching position. So I don't think it's made to be used in such a way. So we got that checked out. Let's see about getting this sniper rifle in the case and how hard or easy that will be to take off the stand. And the space for that goes right here. Okay, so far so good. Next we're going to take off the scope. Fits like a glove. And then the next piece is going to be right here. And then I'm looking for that muzzle piece, which is right here. I mean, no, okay, that's not the muzzle. Because the fit was, look, this is the muzzle piece. So look at this here. We get a little bit of look at that gun piece. Everything fits securely, not going to fall out. Closes up with a snap. And you can easily put this in the hands of your Marine sniper and pack it away. So let's take a look at the backpack in action. Okay, I'm noticing something else. The handgun that I placed in the holster, it came out. So the backpack fits snugly. Okay. And the knife fits in the hand well. There is no other place to carry the knife. That would have been, like I said, that would have been a great shout to have a holster for the knife. And the actual carrying case for the sniper rifle itself does not go easily in the hand. So I mean, practically, if you want to pack it, we'll use it as a backpack. I think for practicality's sake. So we got it all kitted out with the backpack. This is a great figure. I mean, for the appearance, is an A. They spared no details. The articulation, barring the torso, I would give the articulation an A-. And the accessories are an A+, just for even the ones that don't have great utility. There is such a wide variety that you can find something to use. You can spread them around amongst your other G.I. Joes. And especially the sniper rifle with the case is a novel piece to my collection. The ghillie suit is a novel piece to my collection. And you have the different variants. You know, the redhead and the black character with corresponding hands. So I'm going to open this one up, leave the head as it is, and I'll also kit it out differently, probably with this as the main backpack for this guy, and I will leave this one as it is. Two different characters, one great action figure. I cannot wait to get outside with it, get some great photos with it, and you know, get it moving around and do a little play, I guess you would say, with this action figure. That's what they're there for. That's why we collect them, and I am not a collector that wants to put them up in a box and forget about them. I want to get them in my hands and enjoy them. So if you can find this at a great price, I highly suggest this 60th anniversary G.I. Joe action figure. I'm so happy that I decided to get two when I noticed the different head sculpts. I got them for $16 a piece, which is a steal for these and the quality of the action figure and the accessories. So thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Until then, Yo Joe, I am out.